definitely, I was freaking out a little too much. Yeah.
Okay, another day. We are up in the Sand Flats Recreation Area, and we are going to do fins and things today. We're sitting here off to the side in the staging area, airing down, getting ready. This is a bucket list item for me for sure. Always wanted to off-road on the slickrock in Moab, and here I am. I can't wait. All right, let's go. As we came to the top of the hill, I noticed several other vehicles waiting at the top. My attention was immediately drawn to the exit off to our right. I knew right away that I would be uncomfortable attempting that particular exit. So I decided to pull up closer to the other vehicles to evaluate the trail ahead. The exit that lies straight ahead was less steep, but it had a lot more ledges and steps. While I watched several other drivers flawlessly use that exit to the right, I made the decision to proceed forward. While in the grand scheme of rock crawling, this obstacle was quote-unquote tame, to date, this would be the most difficult thing I personally have ever attempted. To say I was nervous would be an understatement. However, I knew that if I took my time and trusted my rig, we'd make it out unscathed.
Babe, you need to come this way.
Yeah, buddy. This was the next obstacle along the way that gave us a bit of a problem. It seemed mostly innocuous, and I felt comfortable enough to go ahead and proceed without taking a good look. Looking back, that was likely the overconfidence shining through. As I advanced down this fin, looking at the tire marks, I felt following them would put us at an off-camber angle at the bottom more than I felt the Bronco could handle. So as I approached the ledge, I wanted to try and turn and drop off at more of a head-on angle. Little did I know, it was too late, and we ended up going off the last ledge unevenly anyway. It felt as though we were going to tip, so, as the saying goes, when in doubt, throttle out. So I let off the brakes to let gravity take us through. Needless to say, we hit with quite a bit of force that you'll soon see. Fortunately, we drove away with nothing more than an alignment issue.
This looks like a terrible idea.
Okay, can you, I don't care about the angle.
He is. He's paying perfect attention.
I just wanted to back up a second and say that what you can hear is me announcing the angles. It's something we've come to do when we're in the Bronco. We look at the angle of attack indicators and we're trying to beat our record of steepest angle that we've gone either up or down. And my wife had it with the steep hills, so she was a little nervous and a little scared. So that is why you can hear her saying she doesn't care. Okay, back to the video.
He's getting it all. Oh.
All
Again?
Yeah.
So, after learning my lesson on the last obstacle, we came upon this one. That driver of the side-by-side in front of us had also gotten out to walk it. By the time we pulled up, however, he had taken his line and I was unable to see what way he went down. After discussing a few options, we came up with a plan. Melissa will stay out to spot me and record the action.
All right, hold on. Well, I can't stand here and there. All right.
Remember where I want my tire, right?
Yeah, right there. Driver. You're gonna bottom out. Are you good to go down that way? Bottom, bottom, there. Sorry. Ooh, shit. You got one dip left. Babe, I don't know. Oh my god. Can I get the GoPro? Can this be a GoPro moment?
A few inches later.
I was freaking out a little too much. Hi. So I was like, can you just give me the GoPro? There was definitely...
Okay, that was, well, most of Fins and Things. We took the cutout. It's our last day here, full day in Moab, so we want to do some other stuff. We want to go into town, maybe have some lunch at a local restaurant, and then we got some laundry to do before we hit the BDR and just get back to camp early today and kind of take care of some stuff because we got to head out tomorrow where we will be taking part of the Utah BDR back home. We've planned 3 days to get to a certain point, and then we're going to exit the BDR, and we're staying at Jordanelle Campground. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a little worried about snow. Some of the higher elevations, Gaia still shows some snow on the snow layer. So we'll see. It's got a couple more days to try and melt, but if we got to turn around and head back down and take main roads, then so be it. But this will be our first time really overlanding. So we're excited. We can't wait. For now, we're going to air up and go check out the town.
Yesterday.
Okay, another day, another adventure. Holy smokes. We are on the way to Chicken Corners. We have come up Lockhart Basin Road a ways. Made a little stop here. The views never get old. Ever, ever, ever. So just took a little break to stretch our legs, and then we are going to continue on to Chicken Corners. Okay, made a stop off at the Windcaves on the way to Chicken Corners. Natural holes formed in this giant rock from the wind. It's a popular place for people to stop for lunch and check out the caves. As you can see, there's a tour group pulling up here. So it's a popular spot. Let's check it out. The trail that leads to Catacomb Rock is just off the Lockhart Basin Road and is marked with signs. You'll come across it about 3 miles after making the turn south through Hurrah Pass. It is, however, easily visible off to the east from the main route, so you cannot miss it. As I said in the video, it is a popular spot for many to take a break from the trail. The shade of the rock and many tunnels offer a place to cool down from the heat of summer and maybe even have a bite to eat. Some interesting facts about Catacomb Rock. There are numerous tunnels throughout that will lead you from one end to the other. If you're going to explore those tunnels, be sure to have some kind of light source, as it can and will get completely dark at points throughout. It is about the size of an NFL stadium. Here it is in comparison to my hometown Chicago Bears Soldier Field. So needless to say, if you are not careful, you could quite easily get lost or even worse, injured, so please make sure to explore with care. Social media was set ablaze in May of 2023 when a family decided to deface a boulder near Catacomb Rock. Yet another instance of things that caused the BLM and other entities to close down access to public lands. The family later turned themselves in after the incident went viral and agreed to pay a fine. The boulder has since been restored. So please remember, leave nature as it is intended, and don't vandalize rocks. Leave things as is for others to enjoy. Yeah, it's in that basket. We made it to the Chicken Corner. The trail's called Chicken Corners, but it's only because of this one corner. We stopped here, having a bite to eat, right on the edge. But that right there is the Chicken Corner. And my understanding is, we haven't gone around it yet, but it looks worse when you're in your car than it does just walking up to it, because you got to drive around that rock. And it puts you pretty close to the edge. So we'll walk over here. It's a blind corner, so you can't see around this rock as you're coming up. and then it goes around. And it looks closer to the edge than it is, but you still have edge there to go. But man, definitely worth the drive. Okay, someone's coming. I gotta get out of the way. Okay. Oh, looks like they're stopping for lunch too, so no need to rush. All right, we'll see you when we drive around. Now you get to tilt towards the side. Huh? Yeah! Right. We made it to the end of Chicken Corners. Let's come up to the ridge here. You can only drive out so far, and then you got to turn around. You can keep walking, but I'm not doing that. Let's get around over here. So it's going to be impossible to see on the GoPro, but on the top of that mesa way up there is Dead Horse State Park. And you get to overlook the river here. And there's supposed to be thunderstorms coming, so we want to get out of here before they hit. I don't want to get stuck back here, because I know that Utah sand is not good in the wet, so we will be heading out of here shortly. It's been a fun day. Probably, I mean, I know for most people this trail is not challenging whatsoever, but so far this has probably been the most technical that I've done, so it's been fun. And now it took us about 3 hours to get in here, so we got about 3 hours to get back out.
He's getting it all.